Why don't we eat carnivores? The origins of dietary choices. In the vast tapestry of human history, our ancestors' dietary choices were shaped by necessity, environment, and evolution. As early hominids roamed the plains of Africa, their survival depended on a keen understanding of the natural world around them. Hunting was a perilous endeavor, fraught with dangers both from the prey they sought and the predators that competed with them. Over millennia, humans evolved as omnivores, capable of digesting a wide variety of plant and animal matter. But not all animals were created equal in the eyes of these early humans. Herbivores, such as deer, bison, and wild boar, were prime targets. Their meat was abundant, their movements predictable, and their diets, comprised of grasses, leaves, and fruits, made them easier to track. Carnivores, on the other hand, were a different story. Creatures like wolves, lions, and bears were fierce competitors in the food chain, possessing sharp claws, powerful jaws, and a predatory instinct that made them formidable opponents. As humans settled into agrarian societies, their relationship with animals evolved further. Domestication of herbivores like cows, sheep, and goats provided a reliable source of meat, milk, and hides. These animals, with their docile nature and herbivorous diets, were easier to manage and posed less risk to human safety. Carnivores, however, remained largely untamed, their role in human society relegated to that of hunter or scavenger, rather than livestock. Cultural and religious practices also began to shape dietary norms. In many societies, the consumption of certain animals was deemed taboo. Carnivores, often seen as symbols of power and danger, were rarely considered food. Their flesh, when consumed, was believed to carry the essence of their ferocity, potentially corrupting the human spirit. Myths and legends reinforced these beliefs, portraying carnivores as sacred beings or fearsome adversaries, further distancing them from the dinner table. The nutritional landscape. As humans developed a deeper understanding of nutrition, the choice to favor herbivores over carnivores became more apparent. The nutritional content of herbivore meat, rich in proteins, fats, and essential vitamins, was well suited to human dietary needs. Herbivores, with their plant-based diets, accumulated nutrients that were easily transferable to humans through their flesh and organs. Carnivores, however, presented a different nutritional profile. The diet, consisting primarily of meat, led to a higher concentration of certain elements in their bodies, such as heavy metals and toxins. These bioaccumulated substances posed health risks to humans, making the meat of carnivores less desirable. Additionally, the muscle tissue of carnivores tended to be tougher and leaner, with a higher fat content that was less palatable to the human taste. The digestive systems of humans also played a role in this dietary preference. Herbivores, with their simpler, plant-based diet, produced meat that was easier for humans to digest. Carnivores, on the other hand, had a complex digestive process that resulted in the production of certain enzymes and acids, which could be harmful if ingested by humans. This made the consumption of carnivore meat a risky proposition, further discouraging its inclusion in the human diet. The development of cooking techniques and food preservation methods also influenced dietary choices. Herbivore meat, with its milder flavor and tender texture, was well suited to a variety of culinary preparations. From roasting and grilling to curing and smoking, the versatility of herbivore meat made it a staple in many cultures. Carnivore meat, with its strong, gamey flavor and tougher texture, required more specialized preparation methods, which were less common and more labor-intensive. Ecological and ethical considerations. Beyond the nutritional and practical reasons for avoiding carnivore meat, there were also ecological and ethical considerations. Carnivores played a crucial role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems. As apex predators, they regulated the populations of herbivores and other prey species, ensuring the health and diversity of their habitats. Hunting and consuming carnivores could disrupt this delicate balance, leading to overpopulation of certain species and depletion of resources. In many cultures, the relationship between humans and carnivores was one of respect and reverence. Carnivores were often seen as symbols of strength, cunning, and resilience. Hunting them was considered a test of skill and bravery, but not necessarily for sustenance. The killing of a carnivore was often accompanied by rituals and ceremonies, acknowledging the spirit of the animal and the interconnectedness of all living beings. The rise of ethical considerations in modern times further cemented the avoidance of carnivore meat. With the growth of animal rights movements and the increasing awareness of the sentience and intelligence of animals, the idea of consuming carnivores became even more unpalatable. Carnivores, with their complex social structures and behaviors, were seen as beings deserving of protection and respect, rather than as sources of food. Additionally, the environmental impact of raising and hunting carnivores for food was significant. Carnivores required large territories and abundant prey, making their farming or hunting unsustainable and resource-intensive. The carbon footprint and ecological damage associated with carnivore meat production far outweighed any potential benefits, making it an impractical and unethical choice for human consumption. Cultural and culinary evolution. As human societies evolved, so did their culinary practices and cultural norms. The art of cooking became a way to not only nourish the body but also to celebrate community, tradition, and creativity. Herbivores, with their abundant meat and versatile cooking possibilities, became central to many culinary traditions around the world. In Europe, the domestication of cattle, sheep, and pigs led to a rich tapestry of culinary traditions. From hearty stews and roasts to cured meats and sausages, herbivore meat was a cornerstone of European cuisine. In Asia, the domestication of water buffalo, goats, and yaks provided similar culinary diversity, with dishes ranging from delicate stir-fries to robust curries and barbecues. The Americas saw the domestication of animals like the llama, guinea pig, and turkey, each contributing to the unique culinary heritage of indigenous cultures. The introduction of European livestock during the colonial period further expanded the repertoire of available meats, leading to the development of new dishes and fusion cuisines. In Africa, the relationship between humans and herbivores was deeply rooted in the continent's diverse ecosystems. Cattle, sheep, and goats were not only sources of meat but also of milk, hides, and cultural identity. Traditional dishes, such as the North African tagine and the West African jollof rice, showcase the versatility and richness of herbivore meat in African cuisine. While carnivore meat occasionally appeared in some cultures, it was often as a novelty or a symbol of status, rather than a dietary staple. The rarity and difficulty of obtaining carnivore meat made it a delicacy, reserved for special occasions or elite tables. However, the overall trend remained firmly in favor of herbivores, whose meat was more accessible, palatable, and sustainable. Modern perspectives and future implications. In the contemporary world, the question of why we don't eat carnivores is not just an academic curiosity but also a reflection of our evolving relationship with food and the environment. The rise of industrial agriculture, global trade, and culinary innovation has made a wide variety of foods available to people around the world. Yet, the fundamental reasons for avoiding carnivore meat remain relevant. The ethical considerations surrounding animal welfare have gained significant traction, leading to a growing movement towards plant-based diets and sustainable farming practices. The recognition of the sentience and intelligence of animals has spurred debates on the morality of consuming meat, with a particular focus on the treatment of livestock and the impact of meat production on the environment. Environmental concerns have also played a crucial role in shaping modern dietary choices. The ecological footprint of meat production, particularly of carnivores, is substantial. The resources required to raise, hunt, or farm carnivores far exceed those needed for herbivores or plant-based foods. As the global population continues to grow, the need for sustainable and efficient food systems becomes ever more pressing. Technological advancements in food science have opened new possibilities for addressing these challenges. The development of lab-grown meat, for example, offers a potential solution to the ethical and environmental issues associated with traditional meat production. While still in its early stages, the technology holds promise for creating meat that is both sustainable and humane, without the need for raising or hunting animals. The cultural significance of food continues to evolve, with a renewed emphasis on health, sustainability, and ethical consumption. The culinary world is embracing these changes, experimenting with new ingredients and techniques to create delicious, nutritious, and environmentally friendly dishes. As we move forward, the reasons for not eating carnivores are likely to be reinforced by a deeper understanding of our impact on the planet and the interconnectedness of all life. In conclusion, the avoidance of carnivore meat is a complex interplay of historical, nutritional, ecological, and ethical factors. From the earliest days of human evolution to the modern world, our dietary choices have been shaped by a combination of necessity, tradition, and morality. As we continue to navigate the challenges of the 21st century, these considerations will remain central to our quest for a more sustainable and compassionate world.